To the town of Waverly rode a stranger one fine day. Hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have too much to say. No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make a slip, for the stranger there among them had a big iron on his hip, a big iron on his hip. It was early in the morning when he rode into the town. He came riding from the south side, slowly looking all around. He's an outlaw, loose and running, came the whisper from each lip, and he's here to do some business with the big iron on his hip, the big iron on his hip. In this town there lived an outlaw by the name of Texas Red. Many men had tried to take him, and that many men were dead. He was vicious and a killer, though a youth of 24, and the notches on his pistol numbered 1 and 19 more. 1 and 19 more. Now the stranger started talking, made it plain to folks around. He was an Arizona ranger, wouldn't be too long in town. He came here to take an outlaw back alive or maybe dead, and he said it didn't matter, he was after Texas Red, after Texas Red. The morning passed so quickly, it was time for them to meet. It was 20 past 11 when they walked out in the streets. Folks were watching from their windows, everybody held their breath. They knew this handsome ranger was about to meet his death, was about to meet his death. There was 40 feet between them when they stopped to make their play. And the swiftness of the ranger is still talked about today. Texas Red and not cleared leather when a bullet fairly ripped, and the ranger's aim was deadly with the big iron on his hip, the big iron on his hip. Big iron, big iron. When he tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. An old cowboy went riding out one dark and windy day. Upon a ridge he rested as he went along his way, when all at once a mighty herd of red-eyed cows he saw, plowing through the ragged skies and up the cloudy draw. Their brands were still on fire and their hooves were made of steel. Their horns were black and shiny and their hot breath he could feel. A bolt of fear went through him as they thundered through the sky, for he saw the riders coming hard, and he heard their mournful cries. Yippee-yi-yo, yippee-yi-yo. Ghost riders in lights were blurred, the shirts all soaked with sweat. He's riding hard to catch that herd, but he ain't caught him yet. 'Cause they got to ride forever on that range up in the sky, on horses snorting fire, as they ride on near their prize. As the riders loped on by him, he heard one call his name. If you wanna save your soul from hell, riding on the range, then cowboy, change your ways today, or with us you will ride, trying to catch the devil's herd across these endless skies.